If you want some Verlisify merch, now's the time to get it. Link in the description below. Now on to the video. So today we're going to be talking about the new Alola map in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, since there's been a lot of discussion going on with it, and that's mostly of posts like this, that there's people just kind of like circling things and putting little notes. This post has a nice little layout for all of the things that have apparently been changed with the new map. So first off, let's look at Melee Island, which has the beach added on to the western-ish side, so it actually looks like content. You know, for the most part, some of these people, they're pointing out things that are crazy and don't really add much to the gameplay, but there are small little significant changes that just might mean more gameplay features, or at least a little bit of an extension on Sun and Moon, which is really what people are looking for. So that's why I feel that this discussion is really worth it. You know, let's get hype about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So it looks like expanded beach potential for the other side of the island, updated building, and then just the new building for the photo club. So when I was looking at the updated building, that's why I have the picture in the bottom right, it doesn't look too much different. I will say that it's just kind of like, yeah, we have more of a black or dark colored building instead of just the beige one. So not really too many changes for Melee Island. As for Akala Island, it looks like we just have a beach added on. Now, one thing that's interesting about the beaches in both Melee Island and this one, it seems like there is some kind of structure, or at least a rock formation. I'm wondering if that's gonna be like a cave that you can enter, or just something to interact with, or maybe again, it's just kind of like fleshing out a little bit more of the region, adding a little bit more dynamicness to the map, and not really putting in too much gameplay. Just more areas to explore, which is gonna be pretty fun. We also have a lot of new buildings, and this is where I question, like, are all of the empty land plots just going to become Alola photo clubs, or is there going to be other features involved, like different buildings that do different kinds of things? I think that's going to be like one of the biggest questions, is how much is going to be packed in. Also, when it comes to Pokepelago, I've been having a lot of people freak out and like send me tweets and stuff saying, yo, we have like a 5th new island. Well, this island was actually in the original Alola map, and so just pretty much decided that this is the Pokepelago, and that's Isle of Beans, and mostly a placeholder for all of the other islands in that area. Looking at Ula Island, new building, new area, updated league entrance, and then a new structure. So the new structure on the east coast, it seems just like another Aether building, or some kind of trailer that's just chilling there. So making it to where that isn't as empty. We do have a new building, and the Alola Photo Club, from what we've seen, it has like a red roof or something, but this building has an orange one. I'm not really too sure as to what to think about it, because like, yeah, it seems like if it's the Alola Photo Club, it's taking up the entire Alola region, which means people on every island are going to be able to participate in it. As for the new area, it seems like there's a crater on top of the cave entrance. Don't really know what that means, and then league entrance just looks a little different. So I think like the updates and changes are just like slight little things that kind of just make the new Alola region seem a bit more fresh. Also, I will say that there is a lot more detail for the abandoned Mega Mart, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be too much different anyway. I did also want to kind of show this little part right here, because people are speculating that there could be an island hidden behind these clouds. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to compare that to the original Pokemon Sun and Moon map, and yeah, it seems like there's more clouds there, and I'm thinking that there could actually be an island there. I don't want to be like one of those super crazy hype about everything that seems impossible, but it seems definitely more obfuscated, and the clouds are thicker for the design that we see with the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon map. So there could reasonably just be, but at the same time, like, what we saw with the Alola region was we got the map and there were no shenanigans. You know, it's not like they were hiding something and then they revealed it later. So unless this is not the official reveal for the new Alola map, then really there shouldn't be an island there, because eventually those clouds are going to have to go away if there is something to be revealed under them. If not, it just still fits with the theme, that the overall scale of the new map just kind of has a lot more clouds. It looks a bit stormier out and stuff, so I guess it's more for setting like the theme, and there may or may not be something behind there, but I wouldn't completely rule it out, is the thought. Also, going back to the Wailord, I honestly don't think it's migration or anything like that. I think it's just kind of adding life and vibrance. Also, you can like get a scale for how large Wailord is. We see boats around anyways, so just kind of adding something. As for Pony Island, we have this purple vortex, which people are undecided on it. People are saying, yo, we have 4th gen stuff happening because that looks just like what happens in Platinum version. Some people are saying that that's going to be like one giant Ultra Wormhole, or just going to be something more significant to Necrozma, because we already have screenshots about Necrozma at the altar of the sun and moon. So we encountered Necrozma there instead, and that's probably why there's a giant portal looming over the island or anything like that. I also don't think that removing the rocks on the west side of the island or like the southwest side means further exploring, and that adding rocks to the southeast side, that doesn't really do much either. So yeah, it's just like small changes. I think it's supposed to be more vibrant. It's just little tweaks that make the island seem a bit more fresh, and not that we're getting the exact same experience. So I don't really think there's too much to break down with the individual island changes until we get more information. Like, if we can get confirmation as to what those buildings do and what that portal is for, then it might make a lot more sense. But I think the beaches on the first 2 islands might also have a little bit of extra secrets in store for us. Aether Foundation's still there, so they're going to play a key role. I thought it'd be pretty crazy if we had like no Aether Foundation for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and then we have like completely different villains and storyline or something, but they're still going to play a role, so I'm wondering how that's going to play out. And now let's talk about the clouds, because people are going crazy thinking that they're seeing the 4th generation legendaries in the clouds for the new map. So let's talk about a year ago when I speculated that Ho-Oh and Lugia were visible inside the clouds as well. So I'm just going to go and like put up what I see. On the left, it kind of looks like you see the long neck of Lugia and then its head shape on the, like, you know, it kind of looks like something right there. And then Ho-Oh, then, you know, if you look on the far left, that's like the open beak of Ho-Oh, and then we even have like a little bit of the black and the head tuft and stuff. It's either just the mind playing tricks, because that's the crazy thing about the brain. The brain will look for patterns, it'll look for familiarity where there isn't any, and we still don't know if this was actually intentionally done to look like something in the clouds, or if it's just pure coincidence. Now, I already know that people are going to say, but you did this for Pokemon Sun and Moon, so you can't hate on people for doing it for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but that's the thing. With Pokemon Sun and Moon, there was no precedent. It was very possible that there was some kind of teaser in the clouds. We've already seen with the Kartana, they put Kartana's grotto inside the trailer, and the only way you can see it is like a couple of pixels of the 1-foot little Kartana hanging in the background. So there's a heavy teaser in the trailers. There's been heavy teasers in the past where it comes to news reveals or something like that, but this didn't go anywhere. So why would it do the same when people are saying that there are 4th generation legendaries in the clouds for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon map? Now, I honestly don't see it. The only one I can kind of see is Palkia, and that's because, like, you can maybe see, like, the little swirl for Palkia, and then the head, mostly the head shape, like that fin on the top of Palkia's head is kind of there, but when you show me the rest of the map, I have no idea. Like, the zoomed out, it has, like, a little bit of resemblance, but the more you zoom in, the less it looks like the legendaries. I'm guessing maybe the colors, that we kind of have, like, a pinkish color for Palkia, and then on the, like, bottom left, we have the bluish diamond colors. You know, we have that teal for Dialga, and then Giratina has those more orange colors, and maybe like the little ribs on Giratina's neck are in the top right, but I don't see any symbols or any shapes that that kind of go with that. So that's another crazy thing about cloud images, is that when I showed like the Lugia Ho-Oh thing, there were some people that said there's absolutely nothing there, and a lot of people that saw exactly what I saw. Now, I don't see what the other people are seeing, but then I've seen a lot of comments saying, yo, that looks exactly like Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina, so I really have no idea what they're getting at. And I honestly don't think that there'd be any significance to this. Like, before we knew anything about the 7th generation, you know, maybe Primal Lugia and Ho-Oh, because we're in an island region. We already saw with Malai City that looks like a recreation of the Tin Tower from Johto, so there could have been something crazy with Ho-Oh going on for sure. And then when we look at a tropical region, it seems somewhat resembling of the Whirl Islands, so maybe Lugia also could have been in the Alola region as well. That could have been pretty crazy, but then the clouds turned out to not be much of anything, so Game Freak might have just put them there as like silly little things or little Easter eggs to find, but nothing that like directly relates to the game. So we're very likely not getting anything 4th gen related in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I don't even think that the little sky swirl means anything towards Platinum version. Then when you think about it, those games are 3 generations old at this point, so naturally some themes might be recycled, especially if it's a Pokemon world. That if we're dealing with another dimension, well, that's generally a purple glowy thing in the sky sometimes, or in the case of Hoopo, you know, we have a ring that can summon legendary Pokemon, so if anything, it's more thematic and not confirming something from another generation. And maybe it is a teaser. Maybe it's a teaser saying, like, you know, maybe 4th generation remakes are coming to the Switch or a future Pokemon game, or Game Freak is just putting that to screw with us because they know that we're rabid about 4th generation remakes. So my overall thoughts about the new map breakdown is that there's not a lot of information there to really extract things from. That everything in the map is put there intentionally for a reason, because they know that we're going to dissect it, they know that we're going to break it down to an insane degree. I think that we got more information about finding Kartana inside the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon trailer, instead of like breaking down every little bit of information off the map. And thinking back to Pokemon Sun and Moon, before the games came out, everyone was looking at the maps, and really, we couldn't get anything out of it. We didn't know what Pokepelago was for, we didn't know what that little island to the southwest of Pony Island was, and we really couldn't come up with anything. It was like, cool, we have empty land plots, we have a neat looking place. Pretty much it was just kind of like a fresh experience to get an understanding of how our adventure is going to go. Now we exactly know how the adventure... Now we already know that adventure, but with some slight tweaks, and I don't think they're going to directly impact the gameplay that much. So that's going to be my map analysis for this. And other than that, I think people are crazy for like finding 4th generation stuff inside of the new map as well. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.